This is Black Scott,
This is Love Jade.
and we are He Said, She Said, a podcast tackling controversial and current topics concerning men, women,
and the roller coaster that is our relationships with one another.
Two.
All right, y'all. This week we're giving you our thoughts on Chloe Bailey. We're talking cheaters, side pieces.
And is being a dime piece really worth it?
Let's talk about it. So we want to start off today by asking y'all a question. If your partner cheated, who do you blame more? The person you're with or the side piece? What you think?
Side piece, honestly, just doing his job. Side piece.
His or her?
That's the job description. Since you signed up to be a boyfriend, girlfriend, and you signed up for commitment, that's on you, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to correct you. You said his. I just want to say his or her. We want to be equal opportunity.
Well, let me make it clear. I might slip up in the future, but since I'm a man, I'm speaking from the heterosexual male's perspective. So when I say women,
we want to give everybody the equal opportunity to be side piece if that's what they want to do.
Right. Equal opportunity.
I think.
But do you want to give people equal opportunity to have a side piece? Because now you're being sloppy with them.
That's another topic, but I don't agree with cheating. Just putting that out there.
But equal opportunity nonetheless, right? Because if the side piece has equal opportunity, then...
Listen, hey. I was joking, y'all. Don't cancel me. Anywho.
Let us know in the comments.
Let us know in the comments, as always. I think, personally, I would blame the person I'm with more. Why? Because, first of all, I'll be mad at both. But I think I'm blaming the person I'm with because you're the one who has the commitment to me. That person who you're cheating with doesn't know me, and hopefully,
right.
Hopefully they don't know me. And that's not really their job, but you committed and you decided to enter into this partnership with me where we're supposed to be, monogamous, if your relationship is monogamous. And so therefore, if you're cheating, then I'm mad at you.
So is it 80-20? Cheater and side piece?
No, it's a 50-50.
50-50.
But still, I guess the way I think about it,
that's harsh.
Conceptually is...
Especially if they don't know you. I would say if you know me, then it's 50-50 because you know me. But if you're just a random...
I think conceptually, though, I mean, I think I blame the partner more in the sense that... So I say 50-50 because they're both wrong.
Still.
But I think how I go about it in my life, like the actions I take is like definitely are the consequences that I enact are going to be on the person I'm with, because it's like, I'm not going to go up here and blast this, for me, like if it was like the guy I'm with, I'm not going to go up here and blast this girl out on social media and do all this stuff. Like, I'm not doing that. Like, I'm going to like get in your ass. You know what I'm saying? Because you're the one that was supposed to be faithful. You know what I mean? And I just think, what good is it going to do for me to go ahead and blast this person out and do all this? Like, at the end of the day, I don't think that's necessary. But what I will do is get on you because you're the one I was with. But also, I'm leaving. I'm leaving the relationship.
Oh, definitely. So. I feel like you really don't have to. I agree with you. You don't have to blast her on social media, because really all you could do is just once a week, just take one shoe, one toothbrush. Just try to mess with them that way.
But see, I'm gonna just leave immediately.
Not even that. You just take the shoelace from the right shoe, and then you take not the toothbrush but the toothpaste. Just low stuff just to mess with them.
I want to ask you a question. How disrespectful would the cheating situation have to be for you to really be petty like that? Because I feel like my
with that amount of accuracy and methodicalism.
Well, what I mean is my PC answer is like, oh, I'm just gonna leave. I'm gonna take the high road and just leave you and move on. But there's a certain level of disrespect that we all have, where if they disrespected you to a certain degree, you would go ahead and be petty. Like, I'm popping 3 of your tires, so you buy tires in sets. If I pop 3, like, what would it take for you to have to be that petty? Like, I'm keying your car.
Or you could cut the wire, but again, that's, I guess, depends on the level of pettiness. Put your experiences in the comments as well, so we can get some ideas. No, I'm playing, but I feel like I'd be real disrespectful. Maybe something involving like the kind of in your face joint where we did it not at the hotel or at the Airbnb. We did it while I was gone from work or something like that, in the bed we sleep in.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to know, so it's that's not it, but how it was done is going to determine how we go out, what the messiness level will be. So, yeah, it's got to be in the bed, and let's say the dude likes like orange Fanta or something. I'm like, why are these orange Fantas in the freezer, right? Or refrigerator, right? Oh, because you know I got a craving for it. Okay, I don't care, fine. But then once I knew that he likes orange Fanta and you bought it for him, that means not only is he over there in the bed doing what we do, or doing what y'all do in the bed, moved in. That means he's having a sandwich and Fanta afterwards.
Like, why do you have placements in this house?
Yeah, I'm like, wait.
Why do you have drinks here as if you live here?
Why'd you get Sunday ticket when I watched the Cowboys game on Fubo TV?
See, yeah, that's definitely very disrespectful. Like, that's very disrespectful. I mean, can we honestly say that the worst part of cheating is the betrayal and dishonesty? I think that makes it worse.
And not only that, too, the level of, because, you know, people say, for example, people say, oh, we didn't sleep, we just kissed or something. To me, at that point, if you kiss, you might as well have gone on the way in my head, because I'm already broke. Like you said, the distrust is already hit. Mm-hmm. So you might as well have gotten your fun in, because I'm already mad at you as if you did the full extent anyway.
I think the dishonesty and just deception, like kind of like what you said, like that would just drive me insane. Like when I look back at all these little things, like, oh, why is the Sunday ticket ordered? Why are the Fantas, you know?
Right, I'll never look at orange Fanta the same again.
Right, like that's the type of stuff that would get me, because it's like, it's deception. It's like, little did I know, I'm out here looking so stupid,
boo-boo,
and behind
straight boo-boo.
Right, and behind my back, all this is going on. Like that really just adds fuel to the fire, you know? I think that would be terrible. Right. You know, I think that would really just make it worse.
You got to answer your own question. What's the level for you personally of disrespect?
For me,
that it would take?
I think just along the lines of what you said, I agree with that. And like I said, adding on the extra layer of deception with it, like, meanwhile, I gave you full trust.
Can you paint us a picture of what that would look like?
What that would look like? I guess just, okay, you know how, I've never experienced this, thank God, but like, you know, you see on TV and you hear people's stories where the person is kind of communicating with their side chick or whatever, like, oh, my wife is coming home, so you can't come over tonight, or, oh, this is happening. I think that would send me over the edge, because it's like, she knows what's going on, and she knows what's going on in my house and what I'm doing and how I'm moving, because you're telling her, but then I don't know anything about her or what you're doing. So they're
close in a way.
Yeah, because it's one thing, like okay,
oh man, my wife is tripping today, but all that type of stuff.
Yes, like that's what I'm talking about. That would really infuriate me, because again, it's the deception aspect. Like everybody knows what's going on but me. That would send me over the edge. Like I'm keying your car, I'm doing all of that, you know, because I just feel like it's mad disrespectful. And like you said too, like if you're cheating at the house, like in our bedroom, all these different things, and like, oh, God forbid we have kids, and like,
oh no, yeah,
you're supposed to be somebody's father, but you out here just acting crazy like that. You know what? I take back what I said. The kids. I'm gonna just say the kids. Like that is what would send me over the edge. If we had kids and you cheated on me, or like some of these situations we hear in the media, I'm pregnant and you cheat on me, that's like the utmost level of disrespect.
She says, not she, but like the kids say, when are we gonna see mommy or daddy? Right? When are we gonna see Auntie Lauren again? Who?
Oh my God, like I would probably drive your car into a lake. I would not be able to tolerate it.
What's the worst thing without killing somebody? Like what's the farthest you could go for that, like the revenge aspect? Without killing, or
I would keep it at incriminating yourself, because I don't want to do anything more than that. I'm not really a violent person. I'm not really like that. I mean, It takes a lot for me to get that upset.
Right.
But definitely I would just keep it to destroying personal property. And you wouldn't know it was me. Like it would just be done. And so, like, you would know it's me, but you would have no way to prove that it's me.
I see. Because I was gonna say this. I would do the psychological aspect, but I see why, like you said, they wouldn't know. But for me, like I said, I do psychological, take the shoelace out of one shoe on the left side, and then one day or 1 week, I do it on the right side. Then I take the toothpaste, not the one you're using, but the backup toothpaste that you're gonna use afterwards, out of the cabinet. So just little psychological stuff that just ruin your mind.
But you see, for me, that is going to require me to be too invested for too long of a time. I just want to be pissed off
and then
do the damage up front and be done so I can move on.
I feel you. Because I'm like, since I was like this, look, since it's already going to hell, like I'm just going to just go with it. So I'm going to be just throw my life away. Not, incriminating them, but just, hey.
I guess. I mean, I feel for people going through this type of stuff.
Yeah, everybody has their opinions. Hey, put in the comment what you would do.
Yeah, put in the comments for us. Let us know.
Don't incriminate yourself, though.
Yeah,
if you go to jail,
use a different username or don't put your government name.
Yo, not the government.
But if you do, we didn't see it.
All right, dude. You know how the dudes be on every man talking the most heat on social media, no profile picture, or of the dog meme, the crying dog meme or something.
Yeah.
They be talking the most heat on social media. Yeah, just do it that way, so they untraceable.
Yeah, untraceable, no profile pic, private profile, etc., etc.
For real. But what was the Chloe Bailey thing you're talking about off air?
Oh yes. Okay, we really want to ask y'all about this. So speaking of social media and private pages, Chloe Bailey, she is one half of the girl. I guess I was call them R&B. They're like an R&B duo. Chloe x Halle. They were discovered by Beyonce actually, and I love their music. They're phenomenal. But Chloe Bailey is one half of that duo, and recently she started her own IG page because they had an IG page together.
But I thought you could say OnlyFans. I'm like, oh god, here we go.
No, she started her own IG page, and she's been posting a lot of just like I would say sexy photos or just photos that show some skin, show some body,
a little bit of lewd content.
And I wouldn't say lewd. I would just say she's showing skin, she's showing body. And people were really mad at that. There was a lot of people in her comments, and it was all over Twitter. Like, she posted on Instagram, but even Twitter had opinions. It was all over social
media.
Twitter
is the worst place on the internet. It's the best place at times, with the news and how it's supposed to be used, but it could be the worst.
It can be the best, and it can be the worst. But yeah, so she was posting these pictures. She was posting these pictures, and she got a lot of backlash about it. So she ended up putting out a video just explaining that, she has struggled with self-confidence in the past, and she's finally at a place where, she feels comfortable with herself. And she also said that, that she's not typically like the sexy, show a lot of skin girl, but when she, is doing her music, and when she is in that mode, she feels powerful, and that's when she can express that sexy side. And she got really emotional on the video. She was crying, and she also got a lot of support after putting out that video, and people who just, were standing in solidarity with her. So we really want to just ask you guys, what do you think about this whole situation? I mean, you have stuff like OnlyFans, you have these Instagram models, we know about this concept,
what was the level of sexiness?
But then you also have, I'll get to that. But then you also have people like Chloe, where it's like, I'm not really out here trying to use my body for any reason other than to just make me feel good and to make me feel confident. So we want to know what y'all think about it. But what did you ask me?
I said, what's the level of sexiness, by the way? I'm asking for a friend, by the way. It's not, it's not my question. Just asking for a friend.
Got it.
Just paint the picture if you could.
I would just say a lot of, like, she has a banging body. So let's just start there. I wouldn't say that the pictures were overly revealing. I would just say that she got the body, yada, yada, yada. You know what I mean? She just is curvy, and
so there's a wagon back there.
Oh yeah,
definitely. Bakery. This is amazing. We'll go ahead and plug the IG in the.
What you need to do is look this up.
I've done no research, by the way. This is breaking news to my ears.
I think some of the best things are just seen in person, so I think you should just see it yourself rather than me describe it. But
so you're saying I should slide in the DM.
That's not
and try to see
it's your prerogative. But I just feel like I wouldn't say they were overly revealing. To answer your question, right. They were just sexy.
It wasn't too crazy to where that's crazy how that even gets criticized, because I'm not saying that it's bad or good. It's up to the individual's choice, but it's common now.
I think too that
I don't think it's too shocking, what she did.
Yeah, I agree, and I think too that if she was skinnier, or if she was less curvy, would it really be a problem?
Yeah, I've been noticing that's a thing where girls who are more, I won't say flat chested, but just have less or smaller cup size, whatever the case is, they can wear cuter things. I've heard a lot of female friends talk about that.
Yeah,
and it's not looked at like sexy. It's looked at stylish, trendy. But a girl who has a bigger cup size, it's you're slutty. It's more revealing.
Yeah, I agree, because some of the stuff she's worn, like there was one photo where she had on a dress, like past the knee, like a dress, a long dress. And again, she's just curvy. And some might say like, oh, that was sexy. But again, if someone skinny wore it, I don't think it would be the same reaction at all. I think that's a huge thing in the female community. And like me growing up in the church, it was always like, oh, leave something to the imagination, which is a whole nother conversation. The church is a whole nother conversation. But I just think, it was definitely there's definitely more pressure on girls who were more curvy or more full figured. There was more pressure put on them by the church. And on top of that, like friends that I had, family members that were more curvy, I would see them struggling with, oh, like this isn't fit, this is too tight, like, and just be so frustrated that they didn't even want to go to church anymore because it was just like they were so worried about what people think about them.
I want to ask this too, because you mentioned earlier people. 9 times out of 9, if you were willing to bet, who are these people? Because a lot of people say it's the men. Personally, I don't think that the men are doing it. Now, you have, for the everyone police out there, there are some
what do you mean?
criticizing women in this particular case, her, on her, how she posts and dresses and what she decides to do on her social media. I want to get to the point of who is this? Because people say it's men. I don't think, again, for everyone police out there, I don't think it's a lot of men really caring. I think for him, it's a free show. So I think most men don't care. So is it women? Is it men? Is it both? Is it what do you think it is?
Every comment I saw was from a woman. So that's just my experience. I think women tend to be harder on each other for things like that, for sure. Even with certain celebrities like Adrienne Bailon, she's married to Israel Houghton, who's a gospel singer. People were really on her about how she was dressing. People were really on Megan Good about how she was dressing because she's married to a pastor.
Oh, and especially those, like you said, the church people,
yes,
female
and the
Christians,
people who were
fans.
criticizing them were other women. Other women were criticizing them, not men. So I hear you on the whole, like, oh, it's a free show, but I also just think men probably just don't care.
Yeah, that was a joke. But yeah, in general, guys aren't gonna be up analyzing in the comments. You may look and just go about the day. Like, oh, it's a nice, she's a nice figure, whatever case may be.
Yeah,
but they'll look and go about the day. You know what I mean?
Right. And I wonder why that is, honestly. Like, why is it that as women we want to criticize each other more than others? Because for me, like, when I first saw it, my reaction was like, dang, like, her body is banging. Like, okay, what do I need to do? Like, I need to do more squats.
Right.
I need to do leg day twice a week.
So it's an inspiration instead of a thing that you should just try to tear her down.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
That probably is the reason why.
Personally.
It's probably a threat to certain females, and they interpret it as, I want to bring her down with me instead of, like you said, level myself up, squats, whatever it is, to be at her level of, curvature.
Yeah, you know what I think it is? And like, I'm super pro woman in every way. I just believe in really uplifting and supporting other women. But I think some of my theories are that, for one, I think women maybe who don't have that much confidence,
right,
or who wouldn't put something out there like that, it's almost like how dare she, concept. Yeah, it's like, how dare she do that? Or like, she's showing too much. And it's like, well, is she showing too much, or are you someone who wouldn't show as much as she is showing? And if you're not, then that's fine. But like, why criticize someone else for?
Yeah, like, why and why let that affect how you feel, or your confidence, or whatever it is about how you decide to dress?
Right, exactly. And I think another thing too is that there might, like, an argument that I've heard. I actually heard this argument on Twitter, is that some women are kind of thinking of it in the sense of, well, it's not like they're consciously thinking about it, but it's almost like, well, my man could possibly see this, and I feel threatened in a way that my man is exposed to this content, so it's like, you should cover up.
I know that's a thing. For sure. And speaking on the man's piece, definitely it's a good look, but again, most guys will just go about their day. You scroll past whatever, go about their day. And I think it goes back to the topic talking about when it comes to who's to blame for cheating. If you do feel that way, y'all should have a conversation. But I don't think the guy's gonna go out and cheat because he sees what she looks like on IG.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you, and it's just so crazy that she's getting so much hate and so much backlash.
It's hard for the beautiful women. What did Beyonce say? Pretty hurts.
Oh yeah, pretty does.
So it's hard for the beautiful women out there in the world, and she's natural too. Am I wrong?
She's natural.
Oh man, so she has it the worst. She's getting hate from the girls who weren't as blessed, and the girls who were blessed with the money and could afford to have that done to them.
Blessed with nature,
the modifications. Yep, just like that.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you on the whole pretty hurts thing. And it made me think of something, it made me think to myself, would I rather be really, really like 10 out of 10 beautiful, or would I rather just be average? Because as we can see in a situation like this, it seems like when you're beautiful and when you're like a top tier woman, we're just talking looks wise, of course, it seems like you get a lot of harassment. Not even just, people hating on you and like commenting negatively, but you also get like a lot of like cat calls, and you get a lot of people trying to slide in your DMs and things like that. So it got me to thinking, like, if we could choose, would I rather be like 10 out of 10, or would I rather just be like a 7, 8?
So you're saying, would a beautiful woman sacrifice a couple of her beauty points? Let's say the beautiful woman was a 10 on the scale.
Mm-hmm.
Would that 10 sacrifice 3 points to be a 7 in order to avoid the harassment and BS that comes with being that beautiful?
In order to get peace of mind, really. You know, would you sacrifice beauty for peace of mind?
That's a good question. Yeah, because I'm like, I know technically, yeah, you could turn the screen off and this and that, but I feel like even in public, and how, like, for example, as a dude, most dudes will probably think, I mean, you got a decent amount of dudes going up to you, trying to talk to you at the same time, but I feel like the difficult part is the dudes who are coming up to you, it is probably going to be for the one thing. It's not going to be, let me get to know her or whatever. It's like, oh, she's beautiful on a bag the dime, so I can just have the rep. Or the dudes who do want to kind of, try to start something with her that's a long term, they may not come with the best confidence. Like, man, I don't want her to think I'm a this or so. Like, them just overthinking it messes up how their approach comes to them. I think that can be complicated when it comes to dating as well.
I think so too. I just think you just don't know what people are really there for. Like, are they only there for your looks? I like, it's like, even if you do meet someone who you really like, what are they really there for?
Yeah, I think that's the thing, and I'm thinking about it too. Really, if it's hard being beautiful too at the same time, now male or female, to try to broaden it up, because people have been nice to you your whole life, and you really never think to ask why, and unless something bad happens, but because you've never been ugly or even average before, so you can't really think in their perspective. So I think it's kind of a weird thing to where you never really realize, yeah, people are being nice to me because of how I look. But since you look at yourself every day, you don't really see the impact of that. You know what I mean? You don't say, oh, I'm a 10 to most people. You say, yeah, I'm pretty beautiful. People are receptive to me and stuff like that. But you don't ever think most people are really being nice to me and I'm getting all these advantages and benefits because of the way I look. I don't think people think like that. Maybe early on, I would say, maybe they mature and they do, but I don't think most beautiful men and women really have that realization.
But I don't think people in general think like that. I don't think
definitely
anyone thinks like, oh, is it because of my status or my money or my looks that this person is being nice to me? You just kind of accept it, like, oh, thanks.
Yeah, and then most of us aren't famous either. No one's Chloe Bailey, so the beautiful men and women you see, or
Right. I think in the case of rich and famous and beautiful, I think that's different because
or even rich and famous too, because it's like it's common to come after people's assets and resources. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, that's what I was gonna say. I think rich, famous, and beautiful is different because I think, and like in popular, and like celebrity, right, and you have status. I think that's different because you learn early on that people might not be here for the real you because you have family. It probably starts off as family and friends, like, oh, you have money now, and they want some of your money, or they want something out of you, or like, oh, they're trying to start their record deal, or, oh, they're trying to start this and that.
Yeah, so I feel like it's things
they want you to put them on.
Things you can take. Like, you can't take no one's beauty, but you can take someone's money. You can kind of clout chase, get some off the fame. Like, anything that they can take and use to their advantage, but you can't really take the average Joe's beauty and use it. Maybe you can exploit it if you're some type of manager or something, but not the average person.
But I think just in general, going back to like regular, I won't say regular, let's say non-rich and famous and beautiful, right?
Average Joe type.
Yeah, let's say you're 10 out of 10, but you're not necessarily like rich or famous or well-known. I think in that case, it just comes down to your looks. Like, are people just here for my looks then? Whether it be dating, whether it be friendship, people can be there around you in your orbit because of how you look, but not really be there for the real you and like your soul. You know what I mean?
Right. So you're saying, let's say in this scenario, the chick who is all of that, like you mentioned, you think people would now look at her for her, other characteristics if she was just kind of, let's say, average to above average, maybe 7 or 8,
I think.
You think that would happen?
I think it moves and I don't want to say that a person who is not 10 out of 10 is not beautiful. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is when you do see a person who's 10 out of 10, not just like, it's like, wow, like male or female. Yeah, it stands out. Exactly. So male or female, I think it stands out. And let's also mention the fact that it's subjective. So someone who's a 10 out of 10 to one person might not be a 10 out of 10 to another. But let's just say everyone's version of 10 out of 10, right? Like whatever that is,
Superman or Superwoman is.
Yeah, whatever that is for you. We're talking about that type of person. I think when it comes to that, I think they would probably rather not be that to someone because you're just so distracted by my looks that you don't want to get to know anything else about me. It's almost a distractor versus when you're a 7 or 8 to someone, you know, subjectively speaking, it just kind of moves that distraction out of the way, you know? So you almost like have to get to know the person for who they are because you're not just going off of what you see, if that makes sense.
I feel like now we're gonna have this conversation too, because I don't think that's the same. I don't think that being a beautiful man and a beautiful woman is the equivalent. I feel like a beautiful woman is probably more equivalent to a guy with status and resources.
I think so.
Because again, if you're just a beautiful man, that's kind of just typically how women see men and things like that. They don't look at men for their beauty. It's more of security. What can they provide? Their lifestyle. What kind of man is he? More than just the looks. For guys, since typically we don't expect them to take care of us and things of that nature, we do look for women, you know, for those things we don't have: beauty, youthfulness, character as well. So, would a man become? Would a man also like have the same sentiment where I would be less rich or average Joe, or maybe to stop the BS that comes with that?
I definitely don't think that would ever happen. Because that's going to affect you. Like if I'm less rich or have less resources, that's going to affect me. You know what I mean? Like that means I have less for me. So I don't think so.
So what the equivalent would that be? Like, maybe the guy says, I wish I could read minds so I can know who's there and who's not.
I don't know, honestly. I have no idea. But I do want to address something that you did say earlier, which I disagree that an attractive man is not as valuable as an I disagree with the notion that status and resources of a man equals beauty in a woman, because I think that women still like an attractive man. Like I'm
just saying he's average. I'm saying he's an average Joe, but his thing is, you know,
I disagree because I disagree because I know guys who are like super good looking and like top tier, and they get the same thing solely on looks. Like
no money, no status of any.
Like I knew a guy in college who, first of all, he was like super chill and down to earth, and like he was really great. Because I've had personal conversations with him, but just women would just
how
flock.
Personal were those conversations?
No, just like I just mean I've talked to him one-on-one is what I mean. Like, you know, so
I'm just being nosy. We'll talk about it off air.
I got to know him as a person, is all I'm saying. So beyond his looks, I talked to him as a person, and he was really cool. And I feel like girls would just flock to him just based on looks. And it's just crazy because it's like he wasn't even necessarily looking for that attention. And, you know, this is college, so no one has money. We're all broke.
Right.
But it wasn't about the money. It's just, oh, wow, this guy is tall, handsome, like everybody's coming at him. But he was more introverted, honestly, where he was kind of just like, I'd rather just be out of the spotlight. Like, I'm not even looking for this attention, but it's still coming to me solely on looks. So that's why I disagree with you.
Right. I see where you're coming from. And now it makes me think about this even too, taking it to another direction. I know we're kind of jumping here, but I'm thinking about this too. I feel like the reason it's so peculiar for people to get this type of attention, and I'm not talking about once you get used to it, but just let's say high school, middle school, you grow up, you come into your body as a man or a woman, and you start to realize, hey, people are giving me a little bit more attention now. Mm-hmm. I feel like the reason it's so peculiar is because you can't control what you look like. Let's say you got muscles, you've been working out, and you get this attention. Or a girl, let's say she's also working out on her, you know, getting her body right. Mm-hmm. I feel like they would know why. Oh, because I've been working out, I've been in the gym, so I know why girls are on me, my muscles, my physique, or, you know, the women's equivalent. Or let's say a guy or girl, I'm an actress, I'm getting my money up, I'm a skilled actress. Same thing for the man. I feel like they know why the person is here. But when you're physically attractive, you don't really think of it that way because you don't do anything to do that.
Right.
And that's about makeup or anything, just your body, your face, whatever, the natural things.
You're just born that way.
You're just born that way. So I think that's why it may be so weird to people when they find that out.
Yeah, maybe. But I definitely want to expand on this topic more in future episodes. Because
and in the comments section.
Yes, and in the comments, please,
don't forget.
Let us know what you guys think. We want to hear from you. We want to know. But that's all we have for today, y'all. Enjoy your Super Bowl Sunday, but keep it safe. We're still in COVID time, so please keep it safe. And
yes,
we'll catch y'all next
so
week.
I can go to a Cowboys game.
Yes, let's all just quarantine so we can go to see football for real instead of watching it from home.
All right, y'all.
Peace.